Hey guys, welcome back to Flying in Space with Planet Head. It is November 2nd, 2023. Um, this is day 12 of this new character that I've created, focusing on just playing him 30 minutes a day and seeing how much I can do with him. If you would like to check out the beginning of the series to this point, there will be a playlist down in the description area. A little bit off tonight, only for the effect that yesterday I wanted to make a video, but Eve was actually down. I haven't actually checked to see how long it was down for, but it was down for a decent amount of time. Um, so we can actually check that out here in a second. Um, but I did over the last couple of days um, get a couple more days worth of skill points. Day 10 gave me some ISK, which really wasn't that big a deal, but it did drop me a destroyer class starship that I can use down the road. And today I'm getting the destroyer class skins, so that's pretty cool. I will show you a little trick that I do, or at least I've done in the past, with these free ship drops whenever you're first starting to play. Because it's a little bit helpful. I've actually found that you don't want to automatically um, retrieve these. You want to let them sit in your little queue for a little while until you figure out where you want to be. I know I'm not going to be flying a destroyer just yet. I'm not sure when it will happen, but it should happen fairly soon. But I was thinking today I would take a look at some rifter fits, or set that up. But I wanted to show you that little trick, so let's dive right in. Other things that I'm going to do today in the 30 minutes are give a little bit of an update as to where my character's at. I did figure out a little bit more about the skill plans. Like I've said in the past, I'm trying to uh, do some things that I haven't in the past. Never really used the skill plans. I actually haven't read a whole lot up on them. I'm kind of diving in head first, but I did learn a couple things by messing around a little bit with my main character. Um, and so I'm going to carry them over to this one, and maybe it will help me. And if you guys have any good pointers in regards to the skill plans, please let me know. But we've got Mr. Planet Greenhorn here, ready to roll. He's still flying his slasher, but that shouldn't be too much longer. A little bit of an update. I think the last video I had left nullsec, flying back to highsec with some items that I got from my other character to get started with. I was able to fly to Rennes. I outfitted my ship with a few things to get me by, and then the station that I landed in, ironically, had 4 level 1 agents. So I ended up just going ahead and doing those 4 just to see how they were. And then after that, I actually flew back over to Malachor, which is where the career missions are at. I'm not going to be doing career missions here, but this is where when I did the original Enforcer career missions, it dropped me a free Rifter. Thrasher is the big one, Rifter is the small one. So I'm actually going to switch over to that one today, I think, and we're just going to kind of see what we can do from a very basic standpoint. Skill training has been chugging along with these career plans. We got boop, 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 all of those, so that's pretty cool. The other thing being is I'm doing this a little bit later than normal at night. So if my brain gets a little bit foggy, this is my end of the week after work, and I really put in a lot of mental but also physical work this week. So I was a little bit tired, but I wasn't going to do a video. But I'm actually visiting with my sister tomorrow. She's in town, and I'm going to be spending a lot of time with her, so I don't know if I'll be able to make a video or really be up for it. And I'm actually pretty awake right now, and because of coffee. I also took the dog for a drive earlier today, so she may not. She's lying down here next to me, but she doesn't seem to want to move, so maybe she's ready to just hang out today. So that's a good thing. I left my favorite coffee mug out in my truck today, though, so I got to go with a backup. I got like 15 of them behind me. You know that. Um, okay, so trick number one, just to get into it, I'm going to turn down this station stuff going on. I don't know if you could hear how loud that was. I don't know how it carries through. But it seems like my mic is still working. So, um, long story short, you noticed earlier I got my destroyer skin. Then it will give me a free destroyer class whenever I redeem this. But I don't want to redeem this ship right now. Similar to I don't want to redeem the free Air Enforcer expert system yet. I've got plenty of time, 180 days, 179 days, so I'm good there. The idea being that I could fly anywhere and then redeem this in the station that I'm at, and I don't have to fly that rift route, so I could actually have, like, I'm going to jump into a Thrasher today, but I could actually have that Thrasher and the Rifter in another spot versus having to fly both of them out to the same area. So that's kind of like the little bonus here. So if you ever get anything free like this, like a ship, leave it in there till you really need it, or you run out of those 180 days. But I can do the skin, so we'll go ahead and do that. Redeem the current station. Where are we at here? Just checking my time. We're at about 6 minutes. Destroyer skin. No, open the container. We're good. Oh, they got one skin. Huh. That's cool. All right, whatever. Oh, before I leave, I better get that one started. Just Thrasher Blue Tiger. Well, activate that license. Yes. There we go. We'll check that out when I actually get the Thrasher up and running. Okay, so the second thing, before I get into making up one of these rifters, the second thing I was kind of messing around with was the skill plans. Now we're going to pull up, and this is where I'm probably going to need some feedback from you guys, because to be honest with you, on my work days, I don't have a whole lot of time to research Eve stuff. I've still got plenty of days left. I've got 1 day, 2.5, and then 2.5. So we're talking about 5 days left of the Minmatar Bounty Hunter skill plan. But after that, I was trying to figure out a good skill plan to use. And I want to keep going with the whatchamacallit, the pre-made ones. I don't know. I was checking a little bit into Eve University. It seemed like they had some skill plans that you could download in, but I wasn't. To be honest with you, I didn't spend as much time on it as I might have wanted to. I'm doubting that Eve actually has set up plans after this. What is that right there? Oh, this is because I minimized the window. So we got Minmatar. Oh, wait. Minmatar Mission Runner. I'm sorry. I was wrong. I am doing the Minmatar Mission Runner, not the Bounty Hunter. So I'm doing this one right now. That's why it's tracking it. Haha. I'm smart. Not really. Okay. So the thing that I noticed earlier was if you were to see a fit that you wanted to do, you can go into your personal plans and you can create a plan. I'm going to use something as an example. So we'll go into the fit area here. Come on. Fitting. Thank you. And we're just going to pull up this Dominic's Mission Runner preloaded preloaded skill plan. Now, just a little bit of a shout out. I did a video a long time ago, maybe about half a year ago. It was actually my largest video ever. This was, I'm sure it's being sponsored by Eve. It is Hateless's Dominic's Mission Runner. He is a player that played Eve for a very long time. Did some really nice videos for quite some time. Had a really big following. He actually passed away earlier this year, and I did a video about that. I didn't know him personally, but I really respected his work and what he was trying to do. So that's a little side note with that. If you want to learn any more about that, please feel free to check out Hateless's videos. I think his Discord is still up and running, but generally, good guy. But on the note, as far as what I learned, we're going to go ahead and double click on this fit for this Dominic's that Hateless used to fly for his mission running. It's pretty freaking cool. So if I have this fit now, what I can do, if I want to know to be able to fit this ship out, what skills do I need to do to have to fly this ship that Hateless had? And you can use this for anybody else. If somebody sends you a fit, if you want to do a long-term goal, I want to get into a carrier, I want to get into a dreadnought, grab a fit from somebody, save it in here, and then I've only done this once, so maybe I'm going to do this wrong, but you can drag it over here and drop it into the skill plan area, and suddenly you'll notice it will load up every skill, the minimum, this is very important, the minimum skill that you would need to have to fly this fit. Now, are these the best skills to have? No, but it's the minimum skills. So if you were trying to get a corporation together and set up a fleet doctrine, this is something that's pretty cool. And you could say, okay, this is the minimum what you need to do. Now, why do I know it's the minimum? Well, I'll just show you here if I can find it here. Notice how it's only got battleship level 1. Now, obviously, if you're going to fly this ship, Dominic's, actually, there's a special place in my heart because back when I first started playing 10 years ago, before I took my long break, Dominic's was like the first battleship I ever flew. And I used to have 2 accounts, and I had a Myrmidon and a battleship and a Dominic's flying together, and then later on I think I threw in an EOS on the left hand side, and I was running some sites with that back in the day. Had a lot of fun with that. But minimum wise, if you notice here, you've just got the battleship going on. So obviously you want to go higher levels than that, and I'm sure you want to go higher levels in your CPU management. But if you're just trying to get some guys into some ships, this is a great way to do it. So you could create a fit, save it, drop it into a skill plan, and save it into your corporation. If you see something that somebody's flying that you want to fly, you could even do it from Zkillboard. You can download the skill plans or the fits from that. Just drop the fit into this, and you got it. Now, if you guys know better ways of doing this, you let me know. But over here, you would go ahead and name your skill plan. Let's say Beta 1, and you would, and I want 100% suggest this to everybody. A lot of people probably don't write anything in this description area. And this comes from my work and how I do things at work. I am a trainer at my job, and I have some people who work for me or with me. Okay, doesn't matter. They train the classes for me. When they get done, I'm very adamant about having them write descriptions up of what happened or what we're doing and that sort of thing. Because when you come back to something later on, you might not know why it was done, why it was built, what it was made for. And you can create any description you want to, but you may, in just having a brief description on anything can just save you so much time. It takes you 5 seconds to say, I wanted to blow up Sanchez. Or you could go really in depth on it and be like, I wanted a 1.5 increase to the shield beta blah 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 blah, and then by dropping in the level 4 blah blah blah, I was able to, and you could put that in here and it would give you a great description. And anytime Because we all know we fly stuff for a while, and then we come back and fly something again. Write a description in there. Make yourself. If you ever want to use that, it's there. What is that? Well, that's pretty cool. Hope that's something I need to read or watch. Ah, okay, that's something I get. I have the milestones thing. I do not know what milestones are. I think this is kind of like, where are you at right now to get to this? So I'll have to mess with that. Something for me to learn. The skill plan thing I originally went poo-poo on, but it might be somewhat good. I don't know. I'm just trying it out. So, all right. So let's discard skill plan changes. Yes. So let's check out our Thresh. Was it our Rifter? Yes, Rifter. Okay, now number one, we're going to go ahead and I've actually accumulated 2 free Rifters. One from the career plans, and the other one by accident. I wasn't thinking when I did it. I downloaded, like I was saying, not to do the Rifter. If I wouldn't have done that, I could have dropped it. Let's say I wanted to live out in nullsec or lowsec, but I don't want to carry a bunch of ships out there just to get started with. I could have done that, but now I got to get this ship out there somehow. It's not a big deal, but beginning players, it might be helpful. So let's go ahead and get that one up and going, and then we're going to make it active. What I'm thinking at this point, we've only got about 13 minutes left, is to just pull up the in-game, because I'm looking at this from somebody who only has 30 minutes to play. What's the fastest way for me to get a Rifter up and running? Now, I'm not going to put out this Rifter just yet, but how would I find out stuff that I could do really quickly? Well, let's take what the game is telling me. Now, maybe good, it may be bad. I don't know if these skill plans are good or bad, but that's what I went for to try to speed up my gameplay. So what else would I do? I would come in and I would say Rifter, blue, and we'd go into Minmatar, and we would be looking for any pre-fit fits. Now, we've got an Air Minmatar Enforcer, we've got an Air Minmatar Soldier of Fortune, we've got a Minmatar Soldier of Fortune. So let's take a look at all 3 really quickly. Now, before you do a fit, in my mind, I'm not the greatest fitter in the world, but I want to figure out, what do I want to do? Well, I've talked in the last couple of videos, the quickest ways to play the game quickly, in my mind, is to do PvE missions, or if you want to get into the Abyssal Space. I think down the road I want to go Abyssal Space, but I don't think I have the skills set up just yet to get rolling with that. So I'm thinking I want to go missions. So what do you want to do with missions? Well, you want to shoot hard, you want to fly fast because I need to get to and from a place quickly, and I want to live. So looking at these 3 preset fits that are here, as I drink a cup of coffee. The first one is an Enforcer. I'm going to come back to this one because I kind of pre-looked at the other 2, and I'll tell you why I'm not going to use them. So the first one is your Soldier of Fortune from the Air Minmatar. The second one is Minmatar Soldier of Fortune. So if you notice on both of these, they've both got Warp Scramblers and Webifiers. Now the Webifier isn't that bad, but the Scrambler fits. This is a PvP ship 99% of the time. Did I say anything earlier about wanting to do any PvP right now? No. Now, down the road I could, but right now I don't want to do that. That's not what my goal is. I want to do PvP, or PvE, player versus enemy. PvP, player versus player, I'm sure you all know that. I don't really want to do it. And why am I saying this? I don't want this Warp Scrambler on that. That is the thing that you use to lock down the other player so he can't get away, and you can keep the fight going. But I'm not going to be using that piece at all, so I don't really want to use this fit at all. So that pretty much knocks out the 2 preset ones. So the only one I'm left with is the Minmatar Enforcer. Now, before I get into this a little bit farther, I honestly haven't looked at a whole lot, but I will. Um, the one other thing I'm asking you guys to do is let me know if I know there are third-party sites out there and things like that with different fits. Where is it that you get your fits from? I mean, a quick way to do it is go to the Killboard and grab them there. Um, and other places, I know there's Pifa is I think an old one. I can't remember. I never really got into a whole of that. I like messing around a little bit. But as a 30-minute player, I don't have the time to do that. I'm looking to get in and shoot things. So while I've got this one here, if you guys know of a better place for me to go to get a quick fit that I might be able to either fit into right now or throw into that skill plan that I was talking about earlier. Wow, I actually did a throwback to earlier in the video, totally unplanned, but that works. Um, if I can go and drop that skill plan or the fit into that skill plan to build up to something. Um, that said, we've only got about 9 minutes left. Let's take a look at this fit real quick. Now, number one, I'm not going to kill myself with what ammo we're using or stuff like that. Looks like we've got 3 scout auto cannons, so that's your damage. Why am I hitting on that first? Because that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be hitting some damage on some things. Um, Now, why is that important? Autocannons are your short-range weapons, okay? And they're scouts, so they're your meta level 4. So they are the highest level guns that you can get into without getting into Tech 2, which is a lot more skill basing that you have to do. Tech 1s you can fire all the way after you train into projectile gunnery. But to get into Tech 2, you've got to get to level 5 of that, which is a lot longer. I think it's at like 10 or 11 days when you add them all together. But, so we got short range guns up top at 200. I'm not sure if that's the largest short range or not. Um, then we've got a cap battery, so that is something that's increasing the size of my battery so that I have more power to everything that's going on. I've got a cap recharger, which increases the recharge rate of my battery. And then I've also got a micro warp drive. And this is not compact, so that's good. I'm not a big fan of the compact stuff. If you can't, it's very rare you'll ever see me fly with a compact thing unless I definitely have to. I don't like the drawbacks of them. So what they've done here is they've thrown on a micro warp drive onto the ship so you can close that range here as quickly as possible so you can get damage done. That's pretty logical. The big thing you want to watch out for there is when you do your micro warp drive, it does increase your signature radius, which makes it easier for somebody to hit you. And I think it actually does something with the missiles too. That could do more damage. I'm not an area of effect or something like that. I'm not going to spend 1,000 hours on that because I'm not very good at it. Down below here, got a gyro stabilizer 1, gyro stabilizer 2. We got a damage control and an armor repair. So this is an armor fit damage dealer because we've got guns and we've got stuff that increases the damage there. And then always you've got your damage control on there. My actual kind of goal, I will always use damage control, but if you can fit a good fit without throwing damage control on there, because it is so helpful, if you can get a better fit than not having that on there, you really know what you're doing in my mind. So definite damage dealing, close range, armor repairing. This armor repair is probably why they have most like the increase in the cap size up here. And then this is usually the most important things to be careful with. Now, there's a little other stuff that I want to talk about with the micro warp drive. We're not going to hit it just yet. I probably have to do it on a later video because it revolves around your cap. But we'll talk about that later on, I think. Projectile ambit extension show. So what is this one? This ship modification is designed to increase the ship's projectile turret accuracy, fall off range, at the expense of increased power grid need for the projectile weapons. So, this increases the accuracy. That's actually, I'm learning more and more about that and how it can be really helpful to you. So, that's one. And then you've got actually, they've got two of them on here. That's interesting. So instead of going to the accelerator, which increases your gunnery speed, or the collision something something fit that does more damage, they've gone to increase your accuracy with this fit. Now, am I saying this is the greatest fit ever? No, but that's interesting because they're going short range, but keeping up with the accuracy. So I guess what they're trying to do is, with the accuracy, keep the optimal range so you can get bigger and better hits, because there are things like critical hits in this game. And I've learned more about that. I never really focused on that a whole lot. I knew it was out there, but this could be something that I could mess around with there. So I'm not going to poo-poo it. This is where you try something new. I've never really gone this full route, so I will probably go ahead and get this up and running. Now, this is 2.5 million ISK to build the ship, but I already own the ship. Last but not least, they've got a control circuit. Control circuit. What is this one here? Whoops, I don't want to turn that off. I want to know what it is. Tell me what you are. Info. Ship modification is designed to increase the ship's capacitor recharge. Oh, so it's recharging, and increased capacitor. Notice, this is interesting, no negative for this rig. I didn't know that they could have that. All right for them. All right, so we're at about 27 minutes now for the video. A little coffee. Hey guys, really appreciate. I'm gonna probably go ahead and purchase this ship, but I'll end the video right now. I did want to let you guys know, I'm not sure if I'll be on tomorrow. I mean, I'll be playing a little bit, but I am visiting family, and then the next couple of days I'll be able to play a lot. And Fanfest is only 2 weeks away. As of, actually, 2 weeks from now, I think about an hour ago. So 1 week, 6 days, and 23 hours. I think I'm getting on my plane to go to Iceland for Fanfest. I know I talk about it a lot, but I'm really jazzed for it. I've never been overseas, and this is something that been looking forward to for over a year, and it may be the jump start for me doing a lot more things like this. I'm not somebody who has a lot of money. I've saved money for this to go do it, and if I really enjoy it, it could be something that I do going forward. So I'd like to thank you guys for tuning in, checking in, and I'll probably have something else before that. And we'll keep doing these videos right up to FanFest, and then maybe I might do something at FanFest with these if I've got the connections and stuff like that. So we'll see what happens. No idea. I've never done anything like that. So hey, that's all I got. You guys are awesome. I will talk to you soon. Drop some comments if you have some ideas on the skill plans or the fits or things that I asked about earlier. Other than that, fly safe, fly dangerously, fly however that you want. Have a good one. Bye-bye.